Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Maple Leafs Media post-game show. We have myself, Jake, we have Clarky, and we have a new guest down here. Xander, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, Maple Leafs Media, the loyal fans. I'm a longtime friend of Jake's. We grew up together pretty young, like kindergarten. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a guest of the show. I'm stoked. Let's do it.
Let's have a good show.
Let's go.
Let's put up a better performance than the Toronto Maple Leafs did tonight. That's the goal here.
I feel disgraceful drinking out of this mug, but buy the merch, right, Varco? Buy the merch, Jake.
Keep calm and believe. You can check out the Maple Leafs Media store. I'll drop the link to that in the comment section below after this show.
Yeah, right.
But boy, oh boy, 5-2 loss tonight. 3 consecutive losses for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Winnipeg Jets, they're getting closer and closer to the Maple Leafs. They're now just 3 points behind the Leafs, and we play the Jets 3 times next week.
Yeah, they're inching up closely. I mean, we got a lot to talk about tonight, a lot to get into. And Zan, the man here, what do you think? How do you think about the performance tonight?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to pull Campbell. You got to pull him after that. That was tough. He looked like he just didn't have the stuff tonight. But I mean, after that, I'm an optimist. I know Leaf fans as inherently we're all negative, sad people. But like and I know the comment section is like that too. But and rightfully so. But I think we actually looked pretty good. Like the majority of that game after the initial slump we went through. So I mean, some positives going forward. And we didn't have our guys. Like it's tough. Like you can say all you want about the power play. It hasn't been great, but it's tough to judge it on this game. Just you didn't have your big dogs, and you didn't have Matthews. And Tavares looked great, but let's get into it, I guess.
Tavares has definitely been better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some positives, but not much positive to take away here tonight.
Not really, no.
We were missing our two of our top players, Austin Matthews, huge loss, and William Nylander, another big loss. Tough loss tonight for the Maple Leafs.
Okay, so what's the deal with Nylander right now? Is he out
how long
protocol or
I can't be much longer.
Was he kissing his sister or something? What's going on here?
Well,
got into the incest right away. Oh my
once we get an update, that'll be posted on the Maple Leafs Media Instagram and Facebook.
Same with Matthews. Like that didn't seem nagging. Like just based on what I think Keefe was saying earlier in the day. Like it won't keep him out long, is what I thought I saw. So hopefully he's back Sunday or Monday, whenever we end up playing. Yeah, for Matthews.
Yeah, he's had that lingering wrist injury all season long. And wrist injuries, they're never easy to recover from. I've had one myself, especially when you're playing hockey. Especially, you got to put the weight on the wrist. It's very tough to see our star guy going through that.
Yeah, big time.
So tonight's 3 stars of the game. I went ahead, and it's all Winnipeg Jets here tonight.
Your boy Ehlers.
Nikolai Ehlers gave me a nice fantasy performance. I guess that's a nice takeaway from tonight. Connor Hellebuck, he's a great goaltender. He's just outstanding. Kyle Connor, 3rd star of the game. These guys, they killed the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. Anyone disagree with these 3 stars?
You could have thrown Johnny T on there if you wanted to give us a little bit of shine, but Yeah, you can't disagree. They whipped us all up and down the ice tonight. What can you say?
Yeah, you know what? John Tavares has definitely been a lot better recently. And there's a comment here. Hot Take Hockey agrees with it. Where'd it go? Tavares has been much better. He has been much
There's a
better.
comment. Yeah, I think he looked awesome. And like with your guy, with your best player out, like your veteran captain, like that's what I loved about that goal that Spezza passed to him. That was a shot in the arm we needed. Like if you take like the power play killed our momentum, but that 5 or 10 minutes after that goal, we looked like a couple of bats out of hell. Like, you know, you get veteran guys giving you the step up you need when your big guys are out. That was huge. And he was battling all up in the corners, I thought, tonight. I thought he played well.
Well, we've got an interesting comment here from ASC. He always gives us some great comments. Campbell is starting to concern me. Reason being, he's mentally weak, which is not good for a goalie. Thoughts? Okay, so I'm not gonna say he's mentally weak. I will say that he's hard on himself. I had Kelly Rudy on here earlier before the show, and he said he's hard on himself. He's definitely really hard on himself. He critiques himself way too much and doesn't give himself enough credit. Like through the 11-game win streak, you didn't hear Jack Campbell talking about his own performance. You heard him talking about the players in front of him. And after allowing 3 goals to the Montreal Canadiens, he was really hard on himself, said it was an embarrassment. And then tonight, three goals on 6 shots against. So it's definitely a concern.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he can't be that mentally weak if he's been to the NHL. Like, he's made it. And he's been through the minors. He's been through the gutter, going up and down the lineup, the roster slot. So if he's been able to endure that, he can't be, quote unquote, mentally weak. But I think it's also part of his nature that maybe he doesn't like to give himself that much praise. He likes to praise others. And other thing, too, is I think it's a storyline the media is going with right now, that he's mentally weak and that he doesn't give himself enough credit and whatnot. So maybe there's some merit to that, but I don't know. I think there's, I don't know.
No, you could spin it the other way and just say he's an ultimate competitor. Like, you know, like we've all played sports, and like like if you have a bad game, you want to be the guy that says, man, like I'll get him the next time. Like you get in your own head. Maybe you could say that, but I think he's just a competitor and he expects the best out of himself. And I mean, set the record for wins in a row. Like when you're coming off that, like you're expecting yourself just to keep going, and I think that's the mentality you want to have, right?
Definitely. I mean, you got to take more credit for the way he performed. He's got to take more credit. I love that he's a team player and he's shouting out his players, always shouting out Jason Spezza, whoever was performing like a star. But sometimes you got to take credit and you have to be accountable when you're not performing, which he was. But I wouldn't say he was an embarrassment against Montreal Canadiens the other day.
No, maybe tonight a little bit, but it happens. I mean, when you play that well, about law of averages, you got to come down a little bit. But I mean, the guys they seem to love him on the team. Like that's good when you get that synergy with the goalie and his players, and then they kind of all get along. Like I think it's. I mean, I don't think the sky's falling based on that performance. Is what I think.
Well, I've been saying for weeks now that it seems like the Maple Leafs, they play better in front of Jack Campbell.
Yeah, I think
not tonight.
No, not tonight.
Well, but they also have a depleted forward group right now.
Yeah, for sure. But what do you guys think of Riddick's pads? They always throw me off. I don't know. The red,
just getting traded from Calgary. So I mean,
Riddick's a beauty.
I like him. It just when he comes in, I'm like, what are you doing with the pads, man? He's cool. No, I like him. I like how he went at what's his name on Kachuk. I like that. You never know how serious that was because they're probably buddies, but I like
that. They're buddies for sure. I mean, the Maple Leafs, this is how David Riddick should be feeling after these past 2 games.
Although I'm not a fan of this move right here. He's disappointed with himself, and you do not need to headbutt the door.
That looked like a football locker room in high school. Like,
yeah, he's mashed the headbutts. And that's Kelly Rudy on the call too. I mean, yeah, not a fan of that move. Definitely not. But it shows he wants to compete.
Yeah, that's what you want, I think.
So we've got Peter Parker, Spider-Man in the comments.
It's Freddie
Frederick Anderson is the best option for the Leafs. I do not think the Leafs have a chance to get past round 1.
That is so pessimistic, Peter Parker. Come on.
Clark,
with this team.
I don't know. Like, I think he's got a point. Like, Freddie's still our number one. Rudy, the goaltending legend, came on tonight. If you haven't seen that interview, it's going to be out soon. It's a great interview.
That was a sweet interview. Yeah.
You got to tune in for that. But even Rudy said the guy with a ton of experience has got to be your number one. I agree with that. But, you know, he still is on long term. So we need to get him off that, get him back into the lineup soon because the playoffs are approaching. We got to get him back.
What's his injury status? I haven't really kept up with his. Is he
long-term injured reserve? So he's not counting against the salary right now. He can come back probably around the playoffs.
Okay, like they don't have like his timetable's not totally certain. I don't think though, is it?
No.
Or no.
But you know what, Peter Parker, Spider-Man. I mean, like, you have two solid goaltenders, Frederik Andersen and Jack Campbell. You can ride the hot hand. If one's performing, or if one's not performing, you can throw in the other goaltender. It's
that's an awesome tandem in my opinion. So I don't know. I think like okay, well, that's a whole nother segment. I'll let Jake. I was gonna say, how far do you think we can make it this year? What's our prediction? But I'll let Jake go.
How far can we make it? I think honestly, we this is a cup contending team.
I agree.
Yeah, after the moves they've made.
It feels scared
comments are about to blow up, but this is a Stanley Cup.
That's why I was hesitant. I know.
This is a cup contending team.
100%.
Just because I know they lost a game. Yes. Tell me why they're not a cup contending team.
Because of nights like this. That's the only reason I'd say they're not, because they have blurps like this. And I know Hot Take Hockey's pressing for us to rant about Marner. We'll get into that. But it's nights like this where the Leafs just blank. We've seen it time and time again. I got to be proved wrong before I'm proved right in terms of seeing the Leafs perform in the playoffs.
All right, let's show the Mitch Marner play. Let's show this giveaway.
Roll the clip. This
was
brutal, man.
Missed the first half of it actually, but lazy effort play, and this is the second consecutive game we've seen a lazy effort play from one of our star players. It was Austin Matthews last game in overtime. That was really bad hustle. No hustle at all, actually. Yeah. And then this game, Mitch Marner had so many other options, but it was horrible. Mitch Marner's faster than that, and he should have done something else with the puck there.
Yeah, it's just lazy, and I don't know. Like, it just looked like your boy Eller. He just had it. Like, I don't know. It's just like an effort play. Like, that's all you can say. I didn't think Marner played other than that tonight. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe somebody will disagree. But when like that'll stick out like a sore thumb. Like, when you do that, your whole game suffers. Obviously, like, you can't have. But I don't know. It's just effort. It was just effort.
He was giving the puck away like a hot potato.
Yeah, he didn't look that good today.
He was giving it away.
I'm trying to defend my boy. He didn't look very good. But
no, it's okay to criticize a good player. It's okay to do it.
Yeah. That was tough. That was a jaw dropping. Like, I was just like, there's like when you just like watch a play and like you kind of just, I don't know, like my jaw just hit the floor. I'm like, did that?
No words can describe.
No, it was just like what are we doing? Like, let's just go home and eat a birthday cake and go home. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Tell me how that made you feel. What were you feeling during that play?
Yeah, with your red headphones. Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, it was then like I didn't think the Leafs were going to win the game once they were down 3-1, right? I think they were done, but yeah, it was bad. I mean, maybe there's a lack of discipline a bit on the team right now. You know, they've gone away with 11 in a row, and then the last few games have been coasting. Maybe it's time where we mix up the power play unit or something, give Marner less ice time, or discipline him if he makes a mistake like that, because I think he got thrown on right again. I mean, I saw the stat tonight, he is I think the most points in 3 seasons or 4 seasons by a Maple Leaf. So by no means I'm saying, or 5 seasons, I'm saying bench Marner, but you know, a little bit of discipline for a play like that. You never know what happens internally, but that was a bad hiccup for sure. That was embarrassing. Yeah.
Send a message to your players. Make a statement. Make an example of your star player.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd bench him. Like, that gives me like Babcock.
I'm not saying bench him, but I'm just saying
vibes. I hated when he did that.
Not bench him.
But I know what you're saying, though. Like that
Keith's
was
not like
can't have.
Babcock though. Babcock would
No,
just
that's what I
bench
mean.
anyone that said anything bad
Babcock,
to him.
Babcock
Sheldon
would
Keefe's
bench
a player.
Gretzky,
Sheldon Keefe is a player's coach.
100%. Which I think maybe I don't know. You could argue maybe this team needs a.
It's a good thing, but you need
I
to
think so.
you need to discipline players when they make plays like that.
Yeah, you can't have that going on a cup team. You can't have a play like that. Like there's zero margin for that. Like you could argue young team, but we're not like we're past that. We're past the learning stages. I think. Now it's time to go.
The message that Sheldon Keefe sent there was, "Okay, Mitchie, good play. Go out there and do it again." That's the message you just sent to Mitch Marner and the rest of the team. Go out there and do it again.
Yeah, and that just kills the energy on the bench. You have to assume, right? Like when you watch that on the bench, you're like, do I want to even go back out there? Like if that's the effort we're gonna give, why would I even go back out there? Like we look like crap tonight, and then we're gonna pull that. Our best guy on the ice, like arguably, whatever. But like he's gonna pull that, then why would I try if I'm Kerfoot or Robertson or whatever, right?
The one thing I would add too is that the Maple Leafs, especially for the last bottom six forwards, they've added a lot of players in the past few days where some of the guys down the stretch, their playing time's really in jeopardy. So maybe Keefe could have thrown a guy in like, I don't know, Engvall or someone that's questionable in the lineup. Or they don't know if they're even going to be a part of the playoff picture. So throw a guy like that that's yet to really solidify their spot in the lineup. Throw in a guy that is a little more hungry against Marner, who's just was having an off night.
Maybe not Engvall, but
no, but that's just like an example.
Just shake it up. Give a guy that's hungry or maybe a chance.
Galchenyuk, maybe.
I don't know.
Comment here. I don't know if the Leafs play the Habs in round one. Oh, I don't know if the Habs play the Leafs in round one. That could be a rough ride. The power play is going to be a killer in the power play if you guys don't fix it up. And you know what? He's right. If the power play will come back to haunt this team if we don't get it fixed up. And I'm getting sick of talking about it, but we have to address it. We have to address it. It's a major problem. One for the last 42 attempts, 2 goals in the last 20 games. Are you kidding me?
It's shameful. It's truly shameful.
I saw
that guy's a Jets fan. That was a Jets fan, right? By the way,
he said you guys.
He's just like they killed us, and now he's just coming to Leafs media to stomp on our throat. Like, thanks.
No, he has a response.
He's in the comment section often.
He says, "I'm not a biased Jets fan. Don't worry."
Okay.
No, he's got some great comments.
You do you, man. Okay. I'm new here.
Respect.
I don't know the lay of the land, but respect, man. What are their? I'm gonna check the standings here. What's the? Because that would like the.
ASC says this beatdown was a good thing. Should light the fire under them when they face the Jets for 3 next week. I sure hope so.
Yeah,
because those
positivity. I like that.
Those 3 games are pivotal games against the Winnipeg Jacks next week.
That's a throwback.
We're up by only 3 points. 3 points. Jets take all 3 of those games. They're in control.
Is it 3 in a row or?
Yes, 3 consecutive games. I believe it's Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday next week.
Home all or away? Probably, right?
I bet you it's a split. I don't think they do 3 games in one spot, would they?
It would be in one spot. It's at Winnipeg.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Not that it really matters.
Holy big road stint coming up. Wow. Okay.
Doesn't really matter unless you're considering the travel implications, because home ice isn't a factor.
Yeah, we're not getting fans up here in Canada for a while. No big deal. But yeah, that next week's going to be, well, who knows when we're going to play Vancouver, right? Because
I'm looking for hot takes on Sandin. Here we go. Hot take: call up Sandin and throw him on the top unit. Riley is another guy that needs to be sent a message from a coach. Run Riley, Hall, Muzzin, Brody, and Sandin and Bogosian. So that takes Travis Dermott out of the lineup, and I'd be fine with that. You know, Morgan Riley, he really needs to step up his play this year. He's better than this.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Xander, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go.
I was just gonna say, hot takes playing a little bit of GM mode here. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do that at this point, just because I don't know how much experience Sandin really has down the stretch, and we want to kind of pull it together, but. Maybe throw in a guy that really hasn't had that opportunity yet. But, I agree with that Riley point. Riley's underperformed, in my opinion. Yeah. I think Riley, overall, if we're Leaf fans, we see him as a number one defenseman on a team. To be a number one defenseman, you got to be a top 30 defenseman in the NHL. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. This season, I don't think he's played like a number one. So I agree that you got to hold him accountable more.
Yeah, you have to hold him accountable. Like Rasmus Sandin, this is more like Morgan Rielly. His performance hasn't been good enough, but this would also be seeing what we have in Rasmus Sandin. We've only seen him 5 minutes this season. 5 minutes of ice time for a former first-round pick in Rasmus Sandin this season. I want to see more from Rasmus Sandin. And I think doing that right before the playoffs would be a good idea, and potentially he got some playing time going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't know. I do think there's something to be said for like continuity. Like I know like we have a bad game and everybody wants to shake up the lineup and like get rid of everybody and do whatever like you just said, but I do like we've been through enough adversity as a team over the past 5 years. Like I think this group, especially the main guys like Rielly and all those and these guys that have been around for all the lows, like they're seasoned enough. So you just kind of got to let them figure it out. Like I mean, maybe you do a little bit of moving around the pieces on the power play, maybe something like that. But I don't know. I think there's something to be said. Just you guys have been together. You're a good core. You're all talented. You're a cup contending caliber team. Like figure it out. Like I don't know.
The power play needs to be addressed.
That's probably. I mean, I'm assuming we're going to be talking about that quite a bit this whole time because that's the biggest issue, obviously. But I don't know. I just think
comments here. Leafs play better on the road. I'm actually not sure what their road record is.
Yeah, I'd be curious to look at that actually too.
I'll look it up.
They have a away record of 14-5-1 and a home record of 14-7-3.
That's not a big enough of a difference, I don't think, to care.
Yeah.
They've played more games at home.
Would you say 14-5 and 14-7? Yeah.
14-5-1 on the road, 14-7-3 at home.
Same thing. Too small of a sample size to care.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you guys think the Flames have a little bit of hope to get the 4th spot? I mean, meh. I'm not really sold.
I'm not high on the Flames, to be totally honest with you. I don't know.
There's a chance, but
but just like them, I mean, I'm not too high on them.
Right now, they have 3 more games played than the Montreal Canadiens, and they're 4 points back. I don't think the Flames are coming back. I really don't think that's happening.
They're gonna bank on Canadians' choke job, really.
They've been an underperforming team. They've been an underperforming team for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
Hurt Locker, you're right. They're losing because the power play sucks. The power play, it's horrible. It's been horrible. It's been
power play's horrible. Let's be constructive media members here. How do we fix it? Let's throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Like what do we think? Do we switch up the first unit? What do we do?
There's got to be personnel changes probably to both units, and we need to get more shots on goal. Obviously, we're playing around the perimeter far too much. Like we're not getting enough stuff down the middle.
If we want to harp on Marner a little bit more, I know Marner's like I know this is a bit excessive, but he's like Gretzky vision, like got awesome. He's an awesome passer. He's our whatever best at setting guys up. But like I do find sometimes, I know there's more guys guilty of it, I'm sure. But I find he's just looking to pass it. Like he's looking to set up Matthews more than he's looking to like just I don't know, especially on a night like tonight, like just fire it on net. The one we had a power play and then we had a 5-on-3 for a bit and then so it ended up being 3 minutes and 40 seconds of or whatever, 4 minutes power play, and I think we got 2 shots, or I might be wrong on that, but we didn't get any shots, like you just said. Like you just
it was low.
see what happened. Yeah, it was like, what are you? Especially on a 5-on-3, that was brutal. I almost threw my laptop.
5-on-3 was horrible.
Yeah, that was. You just gotta. I don't know, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Clarky, you'd remember me talking about how Mitch Marner said he wanted to shoot the puck more often this season. You remember me talking about that a lot at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing that a lot at the beginning of the season, but it seems as if he's passing up those shots a lot more now. like Xander brought up the point there. He's definitely not taking as many shots on goal. I'd be interested to see what his goal numbers look like in the first 20 games.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was definitely a shoot-first player going back at the start of the season. He was shooting a lot more.
100%. Almost like, I remember, it was almost out of character. I remember just being like, oh my God, Marner just firing wrist shots like no tomorrow. Like going from, and then now he's completely reverted back to just simply pass, which there's times for it. Like, I mean, I have a bad memory. Whatever the game was, was it Saturday where him and Matthews were just lighting up they had 2 goals within like a second, right? Like that's good when he's setting guys up and he's clicking with Matthews. But then there's other times like just take one for yourself.
And Hurt Locker says go back to letting the defenseman shoot more often, shoot more. It's simple.
Simple.
Yeah, thank you, Nevin.
Fire the puck. I'd like to see us fire the puck from the point a bit more. I know this was like a decade ago, but remember the power plays with Thomas Caberlet and Brian McCabe wiring it from the point?
The real boys. Oh, yeah.
Caberlet on the power play.
I miss Caberlet. I bet you I got like a size kids extra small jersey of him somewhere. I'm going to go find it. Or Alexander McGillney, one of those guys. Oh.
When you fire the puck from the point, good things happen. That's where so many rebounds are generated from their deflections. You got to shoot the puck from the point.
I mean, something's got to change. Yeah, 100%.
Set the zone up. Send up the umbrella guys on the wings and just line them up. But I don't know. I don't think the Leafs are losing because of their power play. I think that
I don't think it helps, though.
No, it doesn't help. But Derev's got a good comment. The Jets fan again. Up a bit more. He says you can't blame a whole loss on a couple of power plays games, even at that. Leafs are too talented to be losing some of these games. But for sure on the power play and good things, work on the power play, good things will happen. I got to agree with that. They were winning without the power play clicking, but it definitely doesn't help still.
I mean, the power play, it's an important part of the game. When you have that man advantage, you need to take advantage of that. And the Maple Leafs haven't been. It's not the only reason we've been losing games. We've turned the puck over like it's a hot potato on several occasions throughout the season. But it's definitely contributing to our current demise.
Yeah, I do. I agree with Jets guy there. Like we're so I think I said the same thing before. It might sound like a broken record. Like the law of averages will eventually kick in. Like when you get your guys back, like we're so talented. Like I would not be surprised you have to score on a 5-on-3. Okay, JB, don't. But I'm just saying, it's a certain point you're gonna go on a run where you score. I don't know. Like you lead the league in power play for 2 weeks. I don't know. Just because we're so talented, I don't know if you need to change anything. We've seen this power play work, and now it's just on a skid, of course. But it's like anything. Like I think it'll come back. These guys are so good. You have like the best goal scorer in the league, and like obviously, of course, it's going to come back around.
I mean, I think the power play has become a little bit too predictable. The power play is too predictable. When Austin Matthews is in the lineup, you know what they're going to do. They're going to.
It's easy to flank over there. Yeah.
They're going to set up the Austin Matthews shot, or try to. Their zone entries have been horrible, and it's been atrocious for the last 20 games. They have just 2 goals.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad.
That's terrible.
Through the first 2 months of the season, we had one of the best power play units in the NHL, and it's just vanished. It's gone.
It's hard to find something tangible to cite as a reason. Like, I guess you could say, it's predictable, but I don't know if that's, you know what I mean? Like, it might just be someone made a good point.
This is an interesting comment. Someone made a good point the other night. It might have a lot to do with playing the same teams in the North Division have solved the Leafs power play. It's become too readable and easier to shut down. That's probably part of it.
Yeah. That's 100%. I agree.
Great comment by Hot Take Hockey. If you haven't already, make sure you check out Hot Take Hockey, by the way. He's always streaming throughout the games. He's got a lot of great content, so check him out.
But yeah, that's a good point, I think. I mean, there's something to be said for that. You're
definitely
playing the same guys over and over.
Definitely. It's predictable, and when you're playing the same teams over and over and over, it's going to definitely have an effect.
My TV just keeps showing. My TV keeps showing the giveaway, and it's just like brutal. Like I don't want to keep watching this.
I'll show it then.
Oh yeah, sure. You show it too. Now I got it on 2 screens. Perfect.
That's just an ugly play.
Just ugly and like I don't know, just
I feel horrible for David Riddick. In his first game with the Leafs against his former team, they hung him out to dry. And then his second game, he makes 16 saves on 17 shots. There's nothing he can do about that goal. I mean,
he barely looked ready for it. Like he wasn't expecting that to. Yeah, like he was barely in position. It looked like. But here he is now. Yeah.
It's concerning. So another concern. This is something we've talked about very frequently on this channel. It's a recurring theme. The Maple Leafs committed 17 turnovers tonight. Last game, 19. I mean, I'm getting sick of repeating this stuff. 17 turnovers tonight in one game. Last game, 19. There's been games with over 20 turnovers. The Maple Leafs need to fix up their passing. It's a major concern.
It's been sloppy, yeah. I think I have the stats here. They've gone 10 to 15 more giveaways than opponents the past 3 games. So, yeah, it's been a cause for concern. And at the end of the day, we've been losing. That's definitely a factor contributing to it. But what do you think it is? Do you think it's that the team overall has just kind of let their guard down because we've won 11 straight prior to this? Or do you think it's a bigger issue at play here where maybe it's the lines or maybe it's work ethic? What do you think's causing this right now?
I think it's partly in fact that we make a lot of lazy stretch passes. We don't really like. You see how many stretch passes we make throughout a game, turnovers we commit. It's a big issue because obviously the more you turn the puck over, the more the other team gets the puck, the more shots on goal they're going to get, and the more goals they're going to score. It's just that's how it works.
Yeah, I kind of agree, Joe. Like the former point you said, like there is like we won a million games in a row. It's just human nature. Like any team's gonna loosen the. Like they took their foot off the gas a little bit. Like you can't have that if you're gonna have the killer mentality to actually make a deep run and not lose in the first round and break all our hearts. Like you got to have that killer mentality. You can't just let your foot off the gas when things go a little well for you. You can't be like, oh, take a step back. Like you can't. You got to step on their jugular. You got to keep going. You got to win 12 in a row or instead of 11 or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's definitely part of it. I think that's probably most of it because but like Bark, you made a good point. Like we try to make the big play a lot, that stretch pass, which it can kill you if you don't convert it. So you both making good points. I don't know. It's tough.
And Jason Brooks always in the comments section. Oh,
Brooksy.
He says Leafs need to stop using that back pass and attack the zone with speed on the power play. That's another thing. The drop pass, the pass behind the back. Don't try to look all fancy. Just make a pass, stick to stick, put some mustard on it. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. We've been doing that for years, right?
Yep.
Like that's kind of our scheme to get in there. Like I just noticed that. I am so used to it. We've been doing that forever.
Marner turns the puck over a lot with those.
Yeah. If the other team knows if the other team kind of has a jump on it, it's like a bad outlet pass in basketball or whatever. Like you can get a jump and get in the passing lane. Like if you know what's coming, you just get the jump on it.
The Fozzie Bear says JT was the best Leaf tonight.
Yeah, I love it. He's right.
John Tavares and David Riddick are the best 2 Leafs tonight for sure.
Yeah, I thought Kerfoot looked pretty good too. Honestly, not as good as Johnny T, but I thought he played with some pizzazz. Like he was getting up and down the ice, getting in the corners.
Clarky, what do you refer to Kerfoot as?
What did I refer him as?
The Energizer Bunny.
Oh yeah, I forget what I was calling him. Yeah, he's an Energizer Bunny. I mean, he's small. Like, did you guys see him get nailed a few times tonight? He got nailed. And the head, the butt, the back, the arm, he just got flown on the ice.
Got Batista bombed.
He's a little guy. He plays with a lot of heart.
No,
he takes some dumb penalties sometimes, but not recently. I think he's played, I don't know, tonight I think a lot of the Leafs played bad, but overall, he definitely earns a spot on the roster.
Yeah. What do you think about Robertson? I thought he looked good too. I know he's getting fourth line minutes or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if you move him up maybe, but like full time because I don't think he's up full time. But I think he looked good.
He got some more ice time tonight, and that makes sense with Austin Matthews being out. So in the past 2 games we've seen him. The first game, 8 minutes and 11 seconds of ice time, and then his second game, 9 minutes and 17 seconds of ice time. Not much to showcase what he can do. He got his first regular season NHL point tonight with an assist. So congratulations to him for that. But there's times he looked pretty good out there for sure.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't think you can find a Leafs fan that doesn't like Nick Robertson.
Yeah, it's easy to like. I guess you could be a pessimist and say it's easy to like a guy when he's underexposed. Who knows? Maybe if he played down the second line, you wouldn't like him as much. Who knows? There's always a downside. I don't know. But I liked him tonight. So
Riley and that stupid drop pass drives me nuts. First place in the North is almost completely decided by the upcoming Jets-Leafs miniseries. What are your thoughts on this, Clarky?
It's a big point. I agree with that. I mean, it's come down to the wire. I thought the Leafs had a bigger lead, and then I saw the standings tonight. Like, I thought, 11 in a row. I hadn't checked in a bit, but that's insane that the Jets are only 3 points back. It's going to come down to the wire. Do we have the same games played though?
44 each. 44.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, then I think this series might determine it. It'll have a big impact on who finishes first. But Jets are definitely the second best team in this division after the Leafs, so we have to get through them if we want to make it out of the North.
12 games to go for each team. These 3 games are going to have a massive impact. There's not much wiggle room to really move up the standings after that. So, like I said, next week those games are pivotal against Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, basically it's going to be it looks like first place is going to be playing Montreal and second place is going to get Edmonton. Which of those 2 teams would you guys rather play?
Montreal or Edmonton?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think we could run and gun. Like, I don't know. It's kind of the same. Like, I remember in past years, when we'd always be like, who would you rather play, Tampa or Boston? Like, a lot of guys would say Tampa because, like, our styles match up a little bit better with Tampa because Boston would just shut us down and murder us and put a sock in our mouth. But, like, I think I'd probably rather Edmonton. There's some, I don't know. I could see I just would, mostly because I'm paranoid that all the Habs fans we know, like, if we ended up losing to the Habs, like, you have to hide under a rock. Like, I don't know. That's probably the only reason I want to play Edmonton, just out of fear of losing to Montreal. That'd be brutal.
Clarky?
I think I'd probably say Edmonton too. I think it just the Leafs match up better against Edmonton. Like, obviously they'd have to contain McDavid and Draisaitl, but I don't know. I think something about Edmonton where they're just not. They're like the Leafs a couple of years ago. They're not a complete team, and I think the Leafs would be able to really take advantage of that and expose them in a 7-game series.
100%.
Yeah, you know what? I've been on record saying I'd rather play Montreal, but I'm actually going to retract that statement. I'm gonna go with the Edmonton Oilers here, and it's not because what you guys are saying, but the Edmonton Oilers, they're not as deep. They have 2 superstar talents, but after that, they don't have much. They didn't do much at the trade deadline, and I don't trust either of those 2 goalies. Mike Smith is the better of the 2 goalies. Mikko Koskinen, not trustworthy at all. I'll take Edmonton. I mean, just look at how we played when we had that 3-game series in Edmonton. I think we outscored them 16-1 or something like that. I'll take the Oilers.
Yeah, I think so too. We can run and gun with them, and we're a little bit better, or maybe a lot more better, right? So.
It'd be really fun to see Montreal and Toronto. Definitely, it would be an amazing series to watch. But it'd also be really fun to see Matthews versus McDavid.
Yeah, I mean Montreal it'd be the spectacle. It'd be the talk of the town. Like, it'd be terrifying to watch every game. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Joe Shedler. 100%. I agree with exactly what he said. I mean, it'd be fun to play Montreal. I don't know.
Jason Brooks here says Edmonton will go only as far as Leon and McDavid take them. Great comment.
Yeah, they have like, just watching them, like, I'm more of Leafs, but when I do watch Edmonton, it's like they have more propensity just to blow. Like, I think when you said it, like, they're kind of like us 2 years ago. Like, they have the propensity just to, like, the wheels can come off fast. Like, if the top 2 guys aren't just running rampant, like we've corrected that and we're deeper now. But they're kind of like that. Like, the wheels could come off fast for them,
The team I've compared the Oilers to, and I've done this multiple times, was the Pittsburgh Penguins, and this was just Think about the Pittsburgh Penguins the last 2 years before this year. You have Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, two generational talents, just like Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. But around them, they had pretty much nothing. Yes, they have Chris Letang, and they had goaltending, but they really didn't have much around them. So that's a comparison that
the last couple of years.
Yeah, the past couple of years.
I mean, Malkin, I think, has fallen off the last couple of years.
He kind of looks like not a bag of bones, but they've regressed, haven't they?
I know what point you're trying to make, though. I know we get it.
Yes, the Pens are deeper than the Oilers, and yes, I like I said, like not this season.
Couple seasons ago, yeah.
Not this
that's
season.
a fair point. I mean, the Pens, it is a similar situation, and hockey is a team sport. Like, you can't win with two players.
No, it's always yeah. He's I don't know. Like, were you guys surprised that he signed long term there? Like, do you think he saw the writing on the if I were him, I would have been like, I see the writing on the wall. This is not going to go well. I'm like the best player ever. Like, let me get out of here when I can. I don't know. I was surprised.
McDavid?
Yeah, sorry, McDavid. Like, I was surprised he signed a big deal, right? Like 7, whatever. But
I think his contract ends 2023 or something.
I thought maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I can look it up.
I thought he signed like a big deal, like a big extension. I could be completely wrong.
Comments are gonna start rolling in. Is McDavid coming to Toronto?
Should make it, dude. You should make a video on that. You get like 1 million views if you make that video. Start making clickbait videos.
That's just clickbait.
Yeah.
No, never mind. His contract doesn't expire anytime soon.
Yeah, he signed.
He did sign. Yeah, like 7 years. Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, that's what I mean. I was just surprised that he signed that. I don't know. Well, he's still young, obviously. He's stupid young, but I don't know. I guess it's not like basketball. I'm always thinking basketball, where it's like, where if your team's not going to compete within 2 years and you're like a machine of a player, you want to get out of there. But I guess there's a little bit more loyalty in hockey, obviously. But I don't know. I was surprised.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they I honestly hope not this year because we have to play them all the time, but I hope the Oilers don't waste away Connor McDavid's prime years. That'd be sad to see.
Yeah. Canadian.
Oh
yeah, you don't want to see that.
What I don't know the schematics of it. Do you guys know? Because obviously you play your division. So if we were to go, like, say we hypothetically make conference finals, would we play? I think it's the East. Like, we'd play Tampa or Boston in Boston's division, right? Is that how it works out? I think so.
Yeah, for sure. So it's
probably
the first
Boston.
It's the top 4 teams from the division, and then one team makes it out of each division. And then you're going to play another team, and in the conference finals, and the winner of that goes to the cup.
And it's like, you're predetermined to play a particular division. I think that's what I mean.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think East
that would make sense.
East matches up with East, West matches up with West.
Yeah. So all roads maybe lead to Boston again. Do we think? I don't know.
Brian says, when will Foligno be able to play? Nick Foligno, you could expect to have him make his Maple Leafs debut probably April 21st next week. April 21st against the Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg, yeah.
So that'll be a nice boost to the Maple Leafs lineup.
Big time.
How excited are you guys to see Nick Foligno in a Leafs uniform?
I'm pretty excited. Have you guys talked already about where do you think he'll fit in? Like, what do you think? Like, what line and stuff? I'm sure you have.
I can see him fitting into the second or third line.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You could put him on a line with William Nylander and John Tavares. I feel like he would really thrive on that line. Yeah. But you could put him on the third line, and you could pair him with a guy like Simmons, who's been struggling. Maybe that gives him a boost. Maybe even Spezza. That's a veteran line right there.
Well, Nick, what's Foligno? He's
33.
33? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would be an old line. I like it. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, it's definitely a boost. Anything we can add. Like, I think this is the time you got to go all in. This is our window.
Oh yeah, it's almost like we have too much talent. Like, he's got to really try to balance it now. It's kind of it's a good problem, but where everyone's gonna fit, I don't know.
Curry says Yakupov thought he was the best. You know what? I've got a Neil Yakupov story for you guys here.
Where did Yakupov come? Go ahead. Where did that come from?
Oilers talk, I guess.
Oh, I guess Oilers talk. Yeah.
So Neil Yakupov coming up, he was a first-round pick back in 2012. Big draft bust, one of the biggest draft busts in NHL history.
First, right?
First overall. He was really
Fail for
hyped
nail.
up.
Remember that? Fail for nail. I remember that.
Really hyped up, and I actually waited over an hour to get Neil Yakupov's autograph outside of the arena where I live, and he came out like he had security guards around him, and he's like, "No photos, no photos."
So he was like a big star at this point.
He thought he was.
Was he already drafted, or was he? No. Was this prior to?
He just got drafted. He just got drafted.
Oh, okay.
I got an Oilers jersey signed by him, and I tried selling that thing, and I actually lost like $100 on that investment.
What? Where did he play junior again? I totally forget. He played?
That's a good comment. Yakupov's story by Brian Burke. It's great. He says
about the interview, right?
That was the worst draft interview he ever conducted. Worst ever.
What did he say? What did he say? What happened? Give me the spark note. Well, Burke's. I love Berkey.
It was that guy.
I think he said something about him being like arrogant.
Yeah, that's it.
And he didn't really like draft interviews are kind of like, we want to get to know you. Like they just ask questions about the player, who they are, what they value. And I think he just came in rolling from Moscow like he was a big star.
Well, they are big stars.
He didn't care about anything. Like probably came in with sunglasses.
That's what happened, right?
He almost ended up fighting the scout too.
Oh wow! Oh my god, I kind of like him now. I wish let's get Yakupov.
Do you guys remember that last second Yakupov goal versus the Kings? He slid 100 feet on his knees. I remember that. He acted like he just won the Stanley Cup after that last second goal.
It's a level of like self-love. You almost respect it. What is he? 2013, or did I just make that up?
2012. 2012. He was so long ago. This is the three players. So Morgan Riley was 4th overall or 5th overall in that draft. Actually,
I think that sounds right.
It was Galchenyuk with Yakupov, Ryan Murray, and then Griffin Reinhart were the 4 players drafted ahead of him, and that's miserable.
Whatever happened to Griffin Reinhart? He
played 8 NHL games. He got traded to the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers traded a first-round pick for him, and you know who that first-round pick ended up being? Matthew Barzal. The Oilers screwed that draft royally.
My God, that's brutal.
Hurt Locker says he thought he was Theo Fleury. This is interesting. We just got into
went down a little rabbit hole of Yakupov hate. I'm into it. I'll make fun of him. It's fun. That is funny though. I always wonder like the foreign superstars, like what they. You got to assume like he was just a superstar there. You know what I mean? Like when you grow up, like in Canada, a kid who's gonna go number 1 overall, he grows up like a king, right? You got to assume it's like tenfold in somewhere like that, right?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, he was hyped up for a reason. He just didn't.
Yeah, what? I don't want to.
I think he was a pretty good player, and coming up.
I'm not an X's genius, but I don't know. I guess it's just I don't know. There's always busts, I guess.
Arrogance got the best of them, I think.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time new content comes out on Maple Leafs Media. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the Kelly Rudy interview I conducted today. He was an amazing guest on this show.
That was a sweet interview. That's pretty cool.
You had a lot of great things to say.
Got a nice house too.
Hot Take Hockey says it was a first and second for Reinhart. It was Barzal and Beauvillier. Those were the picks the Isles took. So the Islanders, they absolutely robbed the Edmonton Oilers.
Unreal. Well, I guess you're gonna hit on a number 1 pick sooner or later. I don't know. You got McDavid.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, they
Oilers.
wasn't Nuge. Nuge was number 1, wasn't he? Did I make that up? I thought he was. Well, Taylor Hall definitely was.
No, I think Nuge was like 4th or
I don't
something.
3 or 4, maybe. Yeah, okay.
I don't think he's first now.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Maybe actually, I want to say second. I don't know. I know he was like top 5, but yeah. How's he's a little bit. Well, he's not
first. Never mind. He was drafted first.
He was first. Yeah.
Really?
He's not a bust, obviously. But what do you guys? What do you think of the Hall trade? We're just going down a rabbit hole.
Taylor. I think highway robbery from the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, I don't know why I never understood why he signed in Buffalo. It didn't I don't know. Didn't make a ton of sense.
They gave up Anders Bjork and a 2nd-round pick. Anders Bjork, 3rd or 4th line winger, and I mean, Curtis Lazar was a highly touted prospect at one point. He has 5 goals and 6 assists before he was traded. I haven't kept up to date with what he's done so far in Boston, but Taylor Hall.
He was in Ottawa, right?
He was in Ottawa. Yeah. He played for the Edmonton Oil Kings, and he got drafted to Ottawa.
Yeah, I don't know. Hall kind of signed a big contract, like a prove-it contract, and it didn't go so well.
Right, I guess because it was 1 year. Right. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, why signed in Buffalo? Leafs easily could have done Hall trade, but didn't want him. Foligno a much better fit. Yeah, that was. I mean, we would have had I would have been okay with it. We would have had to kind of sell. We would have had to mortgage all of our picks, or no, a couple to get Hall. I mean, I would have been okay with it.
Hall also got to choose where he went.
True.
So I think Foligno's a better fit too, though.
Yeah. Is Foligno's contract expiring?
Yeah, and
I thought so. Is he a UFA? Or is he an RFA?
He's a UFA, and I think he's going to go back to Columbus after the season. That's what.
Oh, so he's a legitimate rental. Wow, okay.
Full-on rental. He's not re-signing here.
He probably has his family there and stuff, right?
I think Canucks will cancel the season. What did that guy say?
You think the Canucks will cancel the season?
I mean, there's a lot of money at stake. I assume. I mean, I guess safety is important, but I don't think so. It's probably hard to match up the 56 with his delay, though, right? I don't know. Would they have to? I wonder how the logistics would work. Would they have to play? Say the Leafs end on April 29th or whatever. Would the Canucks have to go? Would they have to push back the playoffs in the North? Probably, right?
Yeah, because the Canucks, they're somewhat in the race here. I mean. No, I don't think they're going to cancel their season, but the game has been postponed Saturday. So
yeah, but maybe Sunday.
There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding that team right now.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a crappy story. Just hearing the guys on the media just reporting kind of the specifics of it. They're they're feeling like crap when they're skating. It's that sucks. That's terrible. Never want that to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll cancel the season though. That'd be that's 12 games. That's a lot of advertising money and stuff, right? No way.
So Sean's headband says Hall is a cancer though. Every team he's on tanks and does better immediately before and after Hall is gone.
That's okay.
So hold on. To get Taylor Hall, the Edmonton Oilers weren't doing good before he got there. How about New Jersey? No,
they were. Bad. Well, they squeaked into the playoffs.
New Jersey's they're bad. Arizona. Is Arizona a good team?
No.
Is Buffalo a good team?
No.
Is Buffalo a good team?
No, sir.
None of those teams are good.
Depends who you ask. Marty Brion says he's good. Says they're good.
That's your boy, Varco.
Taylor Hall has been on bad situation. He's been in bad situations throughout the entirety of his career. So change of scenery to the Boston Bruins will be nice for him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys where it's maybe he's not. I know this is too comparison to basketball, but he's not the guy that's going to be the number 1 guy on a team that's going to win you the title. But he can be the whatever he's going to be on Boston. The number 4 guy. That's fine.
He's a nice top 6 forward.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll be your 3rd leading goal scorer, maybe whatever. That's a good role for him.
Yeah, he won the Hart. So
they squeaked into the. Did they squeak into the playoffs when he won the MVP with what's in it, the Devils? I thought they did.
I don't know.
Probably. I think it's the last seed.
I think they were 8th. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a complementary piece. He's not a piece that's going to drive you to a championship.
Exactly.
He's not
Exactly.
Sidney Crosby just because he won a Hart Trophy.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
He's a nice piece to have, but he's not that guy.
He's an MVP caliber player, but if you want to win the championship, he can't be your MVP.
I don't think he'll be an MVP caliber player ever again.
No, never again. Of course, if he wants to win, no. Definitely not.
Are you guys worried about this 3-game losing streak? You know what? I'll say this. I'm worried about the Maple Leafs' inconsistencies throughout the season, because if we have a rough patch going into the playoffs, that's a major red flag, a big concern. You can't have a 3-game losing streak in the playoffs, because then it's one and done after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think I've said this before on this thing. This guy's not. I'm not Chicken Little. Like, this guy's not falling, but it hurts to lose 3 in a row. But you're due for a slide after that amazing run we went on. So I'm not too worried. I think we're too good to just revert back to 2015 or whatever. You know what I mean? I think personally,
we don't have Jake Gardner anymore, so we'll probably be fine.
I think we're okay. Who do you think was the best defenseman tonight? Actually, we fell down a non-Leafs rabbit hole. Thanks. Good thing that commenter talked about the Leafs, because we didn't talk about the Leafs for like half hour.
Best defenseman for the Leafs tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think.
Hard to say. There wasn't really a good one.
Yeah,
there wasn't really a good one.
No one
Not
stood
Hall
out.
and Muzzin. They were -2, I think, in the first 3 goals.
There wasn't
I didn't
really
think anyone stood out
good
either. I was just
defenseman.
curious. No, I don't think so. I was just curious. Maybe you guys saw something.
Bogosian played all right.
He looked okay. Yeah, he looked okay.
He plays his role nicely.
He knows what to do. I mean, he's an NHLer. His experience.
Yeah, he's a good presence. I like him. I'm never worried when he has. I'm not worried like I was with other guys.
So Charles Thompson says, last year Shanahan promised to improve toughness. Do you think we have enough sandpaper going into this year's playoffs? Charles, they definitely became a tougher team. Although we've only seen it once. We've seen Zach Bogosian fight one time. Didn't end well. We've seen Wayne Simmons. He's a nice, tough addition to our top 6, or not our top 6. I mean, our forward group, not our top 6. But we definitely became a tougher team. Nick Foligno. Nick Foligno's a nice addition. This team, we've got a tough team in the sense we don't really need. That's not our style of play. Okay?
Agreed. Yeah. Okay.
That's
what
our
I
style
was
of play.
going to say.
That's not our style of play.
It's not the 70s. At what point do you prioritize what do you say? Like a sandpaper guy over just good players. You know what I mean? I think we did it sufficiently. Wayne Simmons, I love him. I love the guys that we have, like you said. I don't think we need more. Wayne Train, buy the shirts. Wear the shirt. We need you need a wall of all the merch behind you with price tags.
Maybe I'll set that up next time.
Yeah.
But I think the Maple Leafs, they have the toughest. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just
neither am I.
My biggest concern is the consistency issue. We need to remain consistent.
100%.
Clarky, what do you think?
Yeah,
you'll call it the way you see it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Pardon?
You'll call it the way you see it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's not the 70s. We don't need to have some big goon enforcer. We don't need Colton Orr or Mike Brown again. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is nice to have a little bit of physical presence. But I think that's something that Wayne Simmons gives you. And we saw him the first game of the season. He got in a fight to spark the team. So I'm sure that down the stretch that'll happen again. But also, Leafs have a lot of skilled players, and I'd rather have that than players that are just there to enforce. But yeah, I don't know. Leafs do need to be tough down the stretch. Playoff hockey, no matter what anyone says, does get tighter, and teams do get more physical, and it does get rougher. So Leafs need to stay strong and tough down the stretch, because I think in last playoffs, even last year, Leafs got weak and we got bulldozered.
If we're playing the Montreal Canadiens, toughness might be more of a concern because they are a physical team.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
overall I'm not too concerned with it.
No, and you got like you've. I mean, we're talking about the additions, obviously. Like Muzzin's physical as hell. Like I love like Hyman. I don't know. He's not going to fight, but he's like one of the grittiest guys in the NHL. Like you know what I mean. He'll get in there and he'll dump. Yeah, exactly. So you have guys like that. So I don't know. No, I don't think I'm not too worried about that.
I think we got to try Muzzin on the first power play unit.
Yeah.
Get a slapper.
Yeah, it's not a terrible idea.
It'd be a nice shot from the point. He played on the power play with the LA Kings, winning a Stanley Cup back in, I think it was 20.
With Drew Doughty, right?
Drew Doughty.
Yeah. Oh, he was on that Cup team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won 2 cups with LA.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Shake it up. I don't mind that at all. You need more pucks on net. We were saying that, right?
I mean, you could move Morgan Riley down to the second power play unit, or even take him off the power play unit completely.
I don't mind. I mean, I think he's good. I think he's good enough offensively. You got to keep him on. But yeah, I don't hate that. Put him on the second one. Bolster the offense there.
He has not done a good job at quarterbacking that power play unit. Not as of late. He's passing the puck around too much. He fires the puck wide of the net countless times. I'm giving Jake. I'd be down for that. Yeah. Jake Muzzin, first power play unit. Clarkie.
Yeah, what do you think, Clarkie?
Yeah, I think that Riley. One thing Riley does good is like he has chemistry with some of the players on the power play unit already, but obviously that's not working. But yeah, like you made a good point. It seemed like in LA, Muzzin was on a cup-winning team on the power play unit, first unit. So we could probably try him out, mix it up a bit. But I don't think the Leafs should switch like Matthews, Marner, Tavares. Like you can't switch that off first.
You're too good. That's like the scariest on paper. That's probably
and Hyman or Simmons, one of those guys. Like I don't know, it's just too skilled.
You could switch the combination up a bit, maybe spread the wealth more.
Yeah, but you can't take them off your power play unit. Like
no.
Yeah, maybe the lines mix them up, but like they have such skilled players that need to be there in those critical moments.
ASC says best first round matchup for the Leafs. Thoughts? So we talked about this a bit earlier. My answer is the Edmonton Oilers. Just look at the way we've played them this year. Montreal's a physical team. They're gritty, and Toronto, Montreal, they're going to give you their best every single time.
Yeah, that'll be a dogfight. I agree. Yeah, I mean I don't know if it's not a no-brainer, but I think we all have a consensus. Definitely rather play Edmonton.
Clarkie, what do you think of this? The Leafs need to build chemistry. I feel like Keefe shuffles the lines too often. Actually, you know what? I'll give my thoughts first. We're playing in a season affected by a pandemic, and as always, there's injuries in a season, so you're going to have to be flexible. Even more flexible this season than ever before. Do you want to go back to Mike Babcock's unwillingness to change the lines at all? Or would you rather have someone who is willing to make changes based off of what he sees necessary?
Yeah, I think old school Donnie disagrees with you. He's saying way too much. But, I think that's just the old school thinking versus the new school. And, the NHL today is adaptive, and we live in a new environment where we got a world pandemic going on, Donnie. So you're going to really have to switch up the lines at some point. And we can't just be stale like Mike Babcock. There's a reason why he's out of the league. And Keefe's led this team to be first in the division. So he's got to continue to mix it up and try to find the best combinations possible.
Yeah. I got nothing to add. I agree.
William Bennett, would you rather run into a very hot McDavid or a very hot Carey Price?
McDavid for sure.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take the McDavid because after Connor McDavid, you have Leon Draisaitl and not much else offensively. I know he's a generational talent. He's a great player, but you run into a hot Carey Price and he can shut you out multiple times.
I mean, McDavid's on the ice, I don't know, whatever, 20 minutes, say, and Price on the ice 60 minutes. Like, I'll take you know what I mean? I'll take the 20 minutes of hell versus the whole game of hell.
Clarkie, you with us?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. Price hasn't been too hot lately anyway, but if he catches fire down the stretch, that'd be hard to face. Like
is he in the Vezina race? Like, I haven't really.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Okay. He's not.
I think Fleury's going to win it.
That's crazy.
I'll look it up.
Fleury. Could be Fleury, yeah. He's been playing well.
Who's you go ahead.
Riley Nash is going to be good for us on the fourth line in the playoffs. I definitely agree. Riley Nash is a nice under the radar addition. He's on the long-term injured reserve right now, so his salary is not even counting against the cap for us. He's a shutdown type of defenseman. He's not going to score very much, but he's going to shut you down. And we've seen him play against the Maple Leafs twice, once in the preliminary round last year, and then a couple of years back against Boston. He gave us hell. It's nice to have him on our side.
Yeah, 100%.
Riley Nash. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where he's gonna play. What do you guys think?
Fourth line center.
So who gets bumped then?
You can move him in and out of the lineup. And honestly, Thornton, you could put Thornton out of the lineup some nights.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I like having him out. Like, I don't know. I'd be curious to look at like his his advanced metrics. But
Betrayal.
yeah,
I love yes, he's with me. Here we go. I got some support here. 97 gets bumped. Jumbo Joe Thornton. Man, oh man. He had 9 points in 9 games to start the season when he was with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews. But since then, I think he's still at 3 points since then.
Yeah, it's easy to fly under the radar when you're like the heartfelt, like the feel good story, the old guy. But yeah, you haven't really noticed him much out there. That's a good point.
But we're not just bumping him. You have to bump 2 people. You have to bump, because if you're thinking about putting Foligno into and Nash, who's the second person you're going to bump? Is it going to be Spezza?
Hey,
Is it going to be Robertson?
I'm gonna do a create your lineup.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I create my own lineup here. Just let me get the whole setup here.
The one thing I'd say about the Leafs right now, the situation is we're well equipped for injuries, at least offensively. I don't know about defensively, but offensively, if we have a few injuries, we'll probably be all right.
Well, that's what the addition of Ben Hutton's for.
Well, Ben Hutton, like, what, he's not no all-star here. Like,
we also have 2 prospects defensively. We have a lot of defensive depth. I mean, we don't have to rely on Martin Marincin this year.
do you think we could put Enval on defense?
Why would you do that?
What?
I don't know. He's lanky, he's tall.
Yeah, man. Do whatever you want, Joe.
He's not good. He's not good enough on. I don't know. Probably bump Enval.
I'm trying to see.
Okay, I'm not finding.
Hutton doesn't look like he's having a great year.
He plays for the Ducks.
He's not a.
Tough. Yeah, tough.
He's not a scorer.
No, just like even plus minus and stuff. Like, I don't know.
What do you guys think? Send some comments in. Who do you think should be bumped? Who do you think should be kept?
I don't know. I want to see Varco's lineup here.
I think Donnie's got a good point here, though.
I like
he says
whoever just said that isn't going to play.
Joe Thornton isn't going to play. You don't think that will cause some issues in the dressing room, considering they promised Joe playing time? That is true.
Nebraska. I like your name.
Good
I agree,
point.
100%. You need that presence. I don't even care if he's like playing like crap. I'm afraid to swear, but
I don't.
You need him in there. I think him and Spetz, like, they just add such a. Well, Spetz has played awesome, so it's a different story. But I think you need that guy in there.
Did you watch the Toronto Raptors championship run? And I'm not going to say he's the Kawhi Leonard of this team, but you can give him some load management like Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, save him up for the playoffs. Get him rested. They all love him too. Like they seem like all the young guys are. It's like with Marlowe, like they're all boys with him. So I agree. You need him in there just for morale and everything.
I'm not saying cut the guy here. I'm saying you give him some rest.
You said put him in a cardboard box outside of the Eaton Center. Is what you said.
No, I said bump him. You could scratch him sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's an absolute pro. He'd be mad, but he'd also understand. Whatever you got to do to make this team better. Jumbo Joe, I mean, even if he was scratched, I'm sure he'd be happy to win a Stanley Cup if that's what it takes.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think keep him in, but we'll see.
They didn't bring Jumbo in to score. I know, they brought him in for the locker room presence. I've been preaching that for months now. If you've watched this channel, I have been fully supportive of Jumbo Joe Thornton, but it's been really difficult to watch him. He's not being a factor for the Toronto Maple Leafs at all.
Yeah, but is he being set up for success? You know, he's been shunned out in the third or fourth line with subpar players. Joe Thornton, his whole career, let's face it, the guy has over 1,000 career points, but he was playing with Marleau. At one point in the league, they were the top two pairing they were the best two pair in the league. So, you know, at the end of the day, Joe Thornton's accustomed to playing with really good players. So we stick him on a line with, I don't know, Enval and some other subpar NHLer
or something, yeah,
or over the hill NHLer. They're going to get burned.
Well, you just said
maybe
it.
Maybe we got to put him back with put him back with Matthews and Marner. Why not? Just let him show his magic. That's how it worked at the start of the season. Leafs fans want to look at how slow he is. Well, put up with it and see what he can do on the top.
Yeah, let him back with the young pups, and maybe he'll start scoring a point a game again. I don't know. I like that.
Yeah,
you're not going to put him with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews again.
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not? The production you see with Zach Hyman on that line is so much better.
Yeah, he's so good with them. That's a good point. But
Hyman's been playing good with Tavares too, though.
Yeah, Hyman's more.
He can play.
Hyman can play anywhere. Hyman can play anywhere.
Yeah. So there you go. You get
Jumbo Joe can't keep up on that first line for an entire game. He can't keep up on the first line for an entire game.
Yeah, that's why you put him in like half the game or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not the coach. That's Keith's problem. But yeah, I agree. There's a happy medium, I'm sure.
Oh, I forgot about Galchenyuk, actually. He's been playing good with them.
Okay, we have so many good players.
I've got my setup here, my armchair here. So let's
you share your screen or something?
Yeah, give me a second. Share this screen.
Yeah, I think I bump Engvall. He hasn't really done much like recently. I mean, it's hard because he does a lot of things that aren't on the stat sheet.
Okay, so tell me what you guys think of this.
You have Soup on the second line.
I haven't edited it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking here. So you got Jumbo Joe Thornton. This Adam Brooks is out of here.
Yeah,
Scott Sabrin is out of here. Okay, I gotta edit it differently. So
why are they there? I don't get it. But yeah,
that's just the way it is, I guess. They're going off tonight. So Nick Robertson. Ooh, this is tough.
I put him on the fourth line. No, I would.
Galchenyuk.
It's tough. Yeah, I don't know. I think Foligno's definitely second line with those two, though. I agree. I like that.
Galchenyuk goes back up there.
Okay.
Foligno, third line.
Okay.
I'll say Simmons can go to fourth line. And see, this is Scott Sabrin's coming out for someone. I guess. What just happened? Okay, Robertson.
You got to put a guy on the right, fourth line. Robertson.
Yeah. Robertson's not a right winger, so he's going
switch him with Mikheyev.
He can go over there, though, right? Yeah, Mikheyev can.
And you don't have Thornton in that lineup. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like a good top four.
I was gonna say that's a pretty sweet lineup.
Or you could even switch up.
I think I would just power up the second line.
You could even switch up that second line, put Foligno there, but
either way,
Foligno's a nice third line addition. And if it's not working, you could put Galchenyuk out. If he's not performing, you can take him out, put in Jumbo Joe, just move Robertson up. Or Soup up, whoever's performing better.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility, is what we're seeing, which is good.
And then we've got some nice defensive depth here.
I wouldn't put Ben Hutton in front of Dermott. You think you would?
I haven't touched that. No, I haven't touched that. But there you go. Just to make you.
Is Hutton going to get minutes?
No. Oh, when Riley Nash gets back. When Riley Nash gets back, let's add Riley Nash into the mix here. So Riley Nash.
Riley Nash has got a pretty big cap hit. Leafs could not sign all these people, eh? Like, no. This is caps.
How old is he?
Riley Nash? I think he's 31. Cool. So Riley Nash. That might move Nick Robertson out of the lineup for the playoffs. Honestly. He's going to be center right wing. Move Mikheyev over. He'll be.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
Leafs
there you
fans commenting in here to switch Simmons with Mikheyev. So they want Mikheyev on the third line and Simmons on the fourth line.
That makes
Well,
sense.
or Simmons
I think I
out.
agree with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Simmons there. Nash. See, Simmons
I
can play
agree
both
with that.
sides, so Robertson. It looks like Robertson or Galchenyuk are the odd men out.
What about
here's-
hot take here? You leave Galchenyuk in, and you replace Kerfoot with Riley Nash.
This our boy Donnie's saying, yeah, you just put
He's
it
out
up.
4 to 6 weeks, Donnie. He sprained his knee last Sunday. He'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. There's 12 games left.
Playoffs.
Yeah, but I
Playoff
mean, like
hockey.
that's no minutes with the team you just got put on. Like
That's
maybe
what we
that
brought
means
him
he
in here for. We brought him in here
I
for
guess
playoff
that's fair.
hockey. He came
Did
here
we
with
trade him
Foligno,
before or
too.
after the injury? Did we trade for him before or after the injury?
assume we knew.
After, so
I assume
it
we
didn't
knew.
after because it didn't count against our cap. He's a long-term injured reserve edition. Salmon says Nick Robertson is a soft player. We don't need more of those.
He played good tonight.
Nick Robertson, he's a hardworking player, and he's got one heck of a shot.
I like him. I like him.
I haven't seen enough of him.
Why is everyone hating Chucky? You can't take Chucky out. He's playing well. Yeah, I understand that. I didn't take Alex Galchenyuk out right now, but if his performance goes down, then you can look at taking him out. Right now, Nick Robertson's the odd man out for me.
Well, there's a few because you got Foligno, you got Riley Nash. We got to fit him in the lineup somehow, right?
There's so many comments.
This
I'm
is
just looking at them now.
let's
I
get
love
to
it.
the comments here. Switch Simmons with Mikheyev. Yeah, I agree with that. ASC. Simmons can be a fourth line guy.
Yeah, he would thrive there. I think that's a veteran guy who can do stuff with the puck on the fourth line. You can't have, and he can fight too. That's exactly what you want.
Bumping Vol out, keep Joe in. Teaches the young group. I mean, Jumbo Joe, I feel like he'll get. I hope he gets some load management. You can alternate if he plays or not.
Well, it's not like you couldn't get it now. Like you could take him out of the lineup, put Brooks in or something.
Why would you do that?
I mean, right now he's been kind of tired and slow. I'm saying like
Are you saying for the playoffs?
No, I'm saying right now. Like you're talking like he needs load management. He needs to rest. We could rest him.
Yeah.
I mean, our goalie's been out in Cancun for 6 weeks, so it's not like we can rest our players.
Another great comment here. These pinches by the Leafs are pissing me off. I hate when they do them when we are winning. So the pinches he's referring to defensively when we just pinch, we just go forward and the other team blows by us with the puck. That could be solved if you were to change up the defense pairings and you put a guy like Morgan Riley with Justin Hall and Jake Muzzin with TJ Brody. You have one stay-at-home guy and one guy who joins up on the rush.
Well, the breakaway that happened today, Scheifele, that was because of a pinch. Yep. I think that was Hall and Muzzin. They got caught. So, yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely a hole in the Leafs defense.
Yeah. I don't hate Riley with Brody, though.
Yeah. I mean, they've been better together, but they do both join up on the rush. So
yeah, especially Riley. But, yeah, I know.
But we've been on here for an hour, 18 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long do you guys usually go on these?
Oh, there's some that have gone 2 hours, some that have gone usually an hour and a half. But that's all for tonight's post-game show. Clarky, you want to give your closing words and then hand it out to Xander?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I mean, it was a great show, but the real show was prior to the game when we had Kelly Rudy on. That was a great show. So looking forward to you posting clips. And, you know, it shows that Maple Leafs media is on the come up, getting a guest on that's been in the broadcasting industry on national TV, televised TV for over 20 years now. So Maple Leafs media is on the come up, and it's all because of you guys. It's because of the comments in here every night. So keep it up. I love all the comments. And thanks for having me on. And stay safe.
Yeah, say thanks for having me too. Happy to make my debut on here. I've been wanting to come on for a while with my boys here. Check out Jake's interview with him. That was amazing. That was a big get, and he handled it really well. He kept them on for like an hour, and it was a great interview. It was awesome. Buy the merch. Go Leafs go, and we're gonna take Maple Leafs media. We're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna keep growing it. So thank you all.
Yes, thank you, Clarky. Thank you, Xander. Thank you to all the viewers for tuning in once again. Make sure you check out that interview with Kelly Rudy. Thanks, Donnie. Thank you for the compliment there. As always, it's Maple Leafs Media post-game show. Leafs don't play Saturday. Game's postponed. So see you soon, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Till next time.